time. So you made me laugh, Anne. Thank you for that.
We're just vamping here, just vamping.
Yeah. So on page 5, we'll sing a welcoming Shabbat song that is not officially Shabbat yet, but we'll do a little singing together. So you made me laugh, Anne.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Where are Saturday services going to be tomorrow?
Great question, Ellen. Saturday services are going to be in here. We were doing them upstairs for a little while, and it's just easier for us to do them down here. So we're going to be in here. Yep, tomorrow morning.
We always had it down here. It was every time anyways, but it was nice doing it once in a while up there.
Yeah, it was nice up there, but it's there's a lot of
10 to 12.
it's a lot of schlepping.
It is.
So there's a lot of things to schlep, so it's easier just to do it here.
Exactly. Okay, so we'll sing Shalom Aleichem together on page 5, and there's English and Hebrew and transliteration, so you can join in whichever feels best to you. Does anybody know anything about this song? Why we sing it? What's it all about? As my great-grandfather used to say, what's it all about it? Anybody know? English was not his first language, so that was his way of saying it. But anybody know anything about this song?
Shalom means peace.
Yes, wonderful. It does. Do you know, Ellen, the other 2 meanings of the word shalom?
Hello and goodbye.
Yes, exactly. Hello and goodbye. So this song is about saying hello, welcoming in the angels of Shabbat. And there's this idea that the specialness of Shabbat brings angels, an angelic quality into the world. That's the kind of one aspect of the beauty of Shabbat, is this kind of otherworldly realm that we get to come in contact with. So that's part of the reason that we sing this song. Do you know any other things about Shalom Aleichem?
There's one of my favorite little, I don't know, midrash. I think it's from Talmud Tractate Shabbat, actually. But it's also one of Sherry Lefferts' favorites.
Oh.
So the story goes, and I remember learning it was one of the first things I learned when I was converting to Judaism, that Shabbat is the time when as Rabbi Rachel said, the angels come to visit you, right? And if everything is ready for Shabbat and everyone is set and the table is set and the beds are made, right? There's always, why do we say Shalom Aleichem, right? Because there's 2 angels that come, right? And so there's 2 angels. There's this sort of more Shabbat ready angel and the Shabbat not ready angel. And if everything is set, then the Shabbat not ready angel has to say, may it be this way next week as well. But if nothing is ready for Shabbat and everything is all, messed up, and the chicken is burned and the table isn't set, whatever, blah blah blah, then the Shabbat ready angel has to say, may it also be this way next week. So that if you have everything ready for Shabbat, it's more likely that next Shabbat you will also have things ready. In my experience, I was always in the camp of Shabbat's not ready. And lo and behold, next week Shabbat wasn't ready either.
I keep thinking, listening to you, because I'm vegetarian, so imagine an angel that wants dinner and they don't get it.
Right.
Or they're expecting chicken.
They're expecting chicken and it's burned, yes.
Stuart, is that you joining us at 3397?
It's Stuart.
Hi, Stuart. It's nice to have you. Thank you for joining us.
All righty.
We're gonna sing Shalom Aleichem on page 5. Rabbi Jim, could you bring it up for?
Is it on? It's not on the.
Oh, it's not.
But I can find it online.
Okay, Rabbi Jim's gonna find it and bring it up. I'm not sure if it's in that PDF. Okay, so feel free to sing with me when you're ready. Shalom Aleichem, Malakei Hashem, Malakei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malakei Amlakim, HaKadosh Baruch Malachi Shalom, Malachi Shalom, Malachi Elyon. Mi'melech, Malachi Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem Shalom, Malachi Shalom, Malachi Elyon. Mi'melech, Malachi Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Barchuni l'shalom, Malachi Shalom, Malachi Elyon. Mi'melech, Malachi Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Em l'shalom, Malachi Shalom, Malachi Elyon. Mi'melech, Malachi Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Lai 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 lai, lai 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 lai. Yeah, la 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 la. Yeah, la 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 la.
We kind of encourage Shabbat, but not delay it, but it shouldn't be a dirge.
There's a tradition though of singing that song nice and slow. It's kind of gentle, I think is the word.
And I appreciate your hand motions, and not only because they made me laugh, but also because it's it's an interesting tension to hold in prayer. How to be slow enough that people can feel like they can join in, but not too slow that, as Anne was saying lovingly, that I received it lovingly, but it feels like a dirge. And so I appreciate you pointing that out, and I will do my best to hold that tension well. Okay, so now that according to my watch, it's 6:32. And so I'm excited for us to begin. I'm just gonna put on my talit. So I'm gonna give you a moment to find the reading that I wanna start with, which we've been doing for the weeks that I was leading before when Rabbi Jim was out, which is on page 11. It's called Finding Our Way. And Sandy, if you're down, which you have been in the past, to read that, I love hearing it in your voice. So it's in a moment.
Absolutely.
Do you need Rabbi Jim to make it bigger?
No, everything is fine.
Okay, good. So hold on for a moment. Let me just put on my talit, and then we will get started. Oh my goodness, how could I forget? Wait, before we do that though, we should light the Shabbat candles.
Yes.
So
Right.
let me put on my talit, and then we'll do that. So you're almost ready, Charlotte? You're ready?
I'm
to
ready.
jump? Okay, give me a sec. You can talk amongst yourselves, as they say.
I think.
4.
Yes, page 4.
What, take for the candles?
Yes.
So Shirley, if you're ready, I'm ready. I can hold the sea door for you if you want. No, you don't have. Okay.
I don't think so. All right. Oh. No different.
Might be easier said than done. I try maybe the other side. It's not a trick box, I promise.
We used to have trick matches at Sheer Tikva.
Really? Oh, there, perfect. Yes, yes, yeah.
Share, Kishanu, Mitzvot, Shetzivanu, Hadlikner, Shal Shabbat.
Amen.
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 Shabbat
Shabbat
shalom. Beautiful. Okay. Wonderful. Thank you for doing that, Shirley. And now we're gonna begin with a reading on page 11. And Sandy, when you're ready, we're
I'm
ready.
ready.
Okay, go for it.
Let us go and sing to Adonai.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Sorry, Sandy. The part of page 11 on the top left corner that starts finding our way.
Finding our way, okay?
Give me a second, Sandy. I'll pull it over for
Okay. Okay,
We got it. You got it?
got it?
Okay.
Prayer is no panacea, no substitute for action. It is rather like a beam thrown from a flashlight before us into the darkness. It is in this light that we who grope, stumble, and climb discover where we stand, what surrounds us, and the course which we should choose.
Beautiful.
Do
Thank you,
you
Sandy.
want me to continue?
Nope, that was perfect. That's exactly where I
Very good.
wanted us to be. Thank you. We're gonna go back to page 10 to read in English Yedid Nefesh and then sing it together. And I just, wanted to say that I love this passage from Abraham Joshua Heschel. We've read it a few times together, and I think one way that I'm thinking about it in this moment, when some of you were sharing your bright spots from the week and what you're bringing with you into Shabbat, that I think of those bright spots as a prayer of sorts, the same way that he's describing prayer that can be a flashlight that we, use to find our way in the darkness. That I know for me, sometimes I really need to find bright spots and able to, in order to help me navigate through things that are darker and harder. And so I just am really appreciating his language of this light and prayer and how we can connect those two things together. So that's my hope for us as we enter into prayer together. We will continue with Ellen Kahn here in the room reading Yedid Nefesh in English, and then we'll sing it together in Hebrew. So whenever you're ready, Ellen.
An introductory song welcoming Shabbat, Yedid Nefesh. Beloved of my soul, compassionate Father, draw me your servant to your desire. Would that I could run like a gazelle and bow before your beauty, for I find your love sweeter than honey or any delight. Beautiful, splendorous light of the world, my soul is sick with love. God, please heal her by bathing her in your serene light. Then she shall surely be strengthened and healed and be your servant forever. Ancient One, let your compassion flow. Have pity on the child whom you love. For I yearned for so long to see your luminescent power. My God, my beloved, hurry. Please do not hide. Please, my beloved, reveal yourself. Spread the sukkah of your love over the whole world, be illuminated with your glory. Then shall we be glad and rejoice with you. My lover, come quickly, for the time has come. Have compassion for me as in days of old.
Beautiful. Thank you, Ellen. I love that you love reading that. Oh, okay, so we'll sing together on page 10 and join in when you're ready. Actually, give me one sec. Okay. Yedid Nefesh Arachaman Mesho'ata El Resona Yarush Avta Kemo Haya Yidei
Adaran, Ki Echalo, Yediduta, Miyohetsu, Vechotam, Adonai, Ziva Olam, Nafshi Hola, Avata, Ana Elna, Refana La, Ehavogla, Noam Ziva, Az Tidchazek, Vetidrapeh, Ve'aytalach, Shivchat Olam, Tihenu, Rachamecha, Ve'usna, Avenoba, Ki Zechama, Nichzot Nichsa, Li'uteret Uza, Ana Eli, Machmiah Libi, Shana Etitana, Alena, Ufros Navidala, Et Sukkot Shelomena,
Jan, would you like to read something in English?
I would like to. I like to pass.
To pass, okay, great, no problem. So happy that you feel comfortable telling me that. Shirley, would you mind reading in English? On page 11. With Let Us Go and Sing to Adonai.
Let us go and sing to Adonai. Let us trumpet praise to our protector. Filled with thanks, let us greet God, raising our voice in song. Great is Adonai, a greater sovereign than all other deities. God's hands formed the earth, deep mountain crest, two are God's work. The sea is God's, for God made it. Dry land was fashioned by God's hands. Come then, let us bow and kneel. Let us bend our knees in the presence of Adonai who formed us.
Beautiful, thank you, Shirley. We'll continue with in Hebrew on the next page, page 12, with the end of the psalm. 40 shana akun bedor Vaomar Amtoyei Levaveim Ve'lo Lo Yadu Derachai Asher Nishbati Rapi Im Yavun El Menuvati. We'll continue on page 13, singing together. Shiru Ladonai, Shir Chadash, Shiru Ladonai, Kol Haaretz, Shiru Ladonai, Baruch Shemo, Basru Meyom Leyom Yeshuato, Saparu Bagoyim, Kevodo Bechol Ha'amim Nifletotav Ki Gadol Adonai U'ulam Me'od Norahu Akol Elohim Kikol Elohim Ha'amim Ha'elim Va'adonai Shamayim Asa Od V'Hadar Lefanav Oz V'Tiferet B'Migdash Amul Adonai Mishmechot Amim Amul Adonai Kavod Ba'oz Amul Adonai Kivod Shemo Zehu Mincha U'olechazrotav Yishtachavu Ladonai Behadrat Kodesh Tilu Mimana Kol Haaretz Imru V'Goyim Adonai Malach Ativun Tevel Ba'altimot Yadayim Be'Meisharim Yismechu Hashamayim V'Tavel Haaretz Hiram Hayam U'ulam Me'od Ya'alos Adai V'chol asher bo Ilai Az yiranenu kol atzei ya'ar Lifnei Adonai ki tov Ki lishpot haaretz Yishpot tevel betzedek Ve'amim be'emunato yadai Yadai Oh, so nice to be able to sing together. I'm still like getting used to being in the same room with you. Many of you have heard me say this before, but it's just like, I just still find it really surprising that you're just here. We're here. Like, yes, there are those of us who are here on Zoom, but still like
It's nice, yes.
yeah, it really just, it kind of blows my mind each time. Like, wow, this is really possible. I think it's going to take me a long time before it doesn't seem like a big deal. So yeah, thinking of like just new songs that we sing, like the way that many of the Psalms on Shabbat open up, like to me, it's a new song that we get to sing songs together, you know, and really just feeling joy in that. So thank you for being here. we will continue on page 20. Yeah, let's continue on page 21. And you can rise if you're able. Otherwise, always take care of yourself and sit if you need to. Vivian, are you cold? Would you like?
I've got a blanket for you, Vivian.
It's okay, I have a sweater.
You have a sweater, okay, because there we do.
I'll bring one over.
It's up to you. We also have some fleece blankets that.
I know it's nice and warm.
You're warm?
No, it's nice and warm because I used to last
Oh, the
time
fleece
here.
blanket, yes, yes.
Boy, it's 73 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really hard to know with this temperature gauge. Okay, so page 21.
Avul Adonai, Kevod Shemo Yishtachavu Adonai, V'Hadrat Kodesh, Ol Adonai, Al Hamayim,
El HaKavod Yirid, Adonai, Al Mayim Rabim, Kol Adonai, Bakoach, Kol Adonai, Behadodai, Kol Adonai, Shomer Arazim, Vaishaber Adonai, Ezarze Adonai, Vayarkidem Moegen, Lebanon, Vesirion, Kemo ben Re'emi, Kol Adonai, Kol Selah HaKodesh, Kol Adonai, Yahil Midbar, Yahil Adonai, Bakadesh, Kol Adonai, Yechol Ayalon, Vayechaso, Yeharot, Uvehechalo, Ulo Omer Kavod, Adonai, Lama Hu Yashav Vayeshev, Adonai Melech Le'olam, Adonai Oz Le'amo Yitin, Adonai Yivarech et Amo V'Shalom. Yay, 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 yay. Right now, you may be seated. Yay, 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 yay. Yay, 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 nay, nay. Yay, yay, nay, 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 nay. Welcome, Shabbat Shalom, it's nice to see you.
Thank you, Bob. Great to see you.
Shabbat Shalom, thank you for coming.
Shabbat Shalom.
Wishing you lots of healing. Yes, please, feel free. Take care. So glad to have you come. So let us continue with Lachadodi. And we'll do the first verse, the second verse, the fifth verse, and the last verse. Starting on page, exactly, Louise has got it, page 23. Page 23. And actually, Vivian, do you mind reading out loud? You don't feel like it. Okay, no problem, no problem. Rabbi Jim, do you mind reading out loud? On page 23, on that side column where it says Shabbat is Israel's partner, would
Sure.
you read that?
Rabbi Shimon ben Lakish taught The day of Shabbat came before the Holy One and said, Creator of the world, every day has a partner. Sunday has Monday, Tuesday has Wednesday, Thursday has Friday, but I have no partner. Really? The Holy One replied, Israel shall be your partner. And when Israel stood at Sinai, God said to them, Remember my promise to Shabbat, that Israel will be your partner. Thus it is written, Remember the day of Shabbat to keep it holy.
So I like this reading because I think it speaks to part of what Lechadodi is talking about. Lechadodi, how do you understand that prayer? What is it? What is it about? Anybody?
God in Israel. Israel welcoming God in Shabbat.
Yeah, exactly. And this idea, the prayer, the song describes a bride. And so there's this idea that God is the groom and the people of Israel are the bride. And so this idea that there's this way in which we have this partnership, taking away some of the marriage images for a moment, just thinking about this partnership that we have, that we're here in this world in partnership with God. And I appreciate that Shabbat is thought of as a time to remember that partnership. And so with that, we will continue with the Chadodi on page 23. Lechadodi librat kala, penei Shabbat lekavela. Lechadodi librat kala, penei Shabbat lekavela. Shamor v'zachor v'dibor echad, Hishmianu elam meyuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, l'shemo tiferet v'tihila. Lechadodi librat kala, Penei Shabbat lekavela. Lechadodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat lekavela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nercha, ki mekor ha'veracha, merosh mekedem mitzrucha, so maaseh b'machshavat tefila. Lechadodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat lekavela. Lechadodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat lekavela. Page 24 in the middle. Ki toreri, ki la'orech uri, shir dameri, kevod Adonai alayich nigla. Lechadodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat lekavela. Lechadodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat lekavela. Now we turn to page 25, and we're going to sing the last verse that is specifically focused on welcoming in the Shabbat bride, and Anne's going to ceremoniously open the door, which is accustomed to do. So if you feel up to rising and facing the door, please join me. Otherwise, feel free to sit. Bo'yi b'shalom ateret bala, gam b'simcha u'b'tzola, tov emunei am segula, bo'yi chala, bo'yi chala. Lecha Dodi Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Shabbat Kabbalat Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Shabbat Kabbalat. Thank you, Anne. You may be seated if you're standing. Oh, I love having the door open because it helps me feel like there's new energy coming in. So thank you for that being your job, Anne. I love that.
I just remember one night we did that at your Tiffin. Here came the new bride and groom just arriving at the service.
Oh, like literally they had just gotten married?
Well, a month or so before that.
Uh-huh.
They were like,
He just wants to.
Oh, a bride and groom is a bride and groom.
that's right.
That's amazing. Love it. Wonderful. So we will continue. Rabbi Jim, can you remind me?
Page 27.
Oh, well, not
Oh.
that, but thank you.
I didn't know what you were asking.
I didn't get to my question fast enough. Is it the custom to do here, typically to do Mourner's Kaddish in between, or you do it at the end?
I tend to do it in between, just in case people need to leave. That way
okay,
it's
good.
taken care of and we don't need to do it at the end, but
Great.
whatever you want to do is great.
Okay, great. So let's, can I have a volunteer to read the English on page 27? And we can read responsibly, or responsibly, either way. Anne, you want to read? Wonderful.
Yes. Okay.
It is good to thank you, Adonai, and sing to your name most high, to proclaim your love at daybreak, your faithfulness each night. Everybody
Finger the lute, pluck the harp, let the sound of the lyre rise up.
You gladden me with your deeds, Adonai, and I shall sing of your handiwork.
How wonderful are your works, Adonai, how subtle your designs.
The arrogant do not understand. The fool does not comprehend this. The wicked flourish like grass, and every evildoer blossoms, only to be destroyed forever.
But you, Adonai, are exalted for all time. Let's continue on page 28.
I keep going.
Sure.
Surely your enemies, Adonai, surely your enemies will perish. All who commit evil will be scattered. As a wild bull raises up his horn, he raises my head high,
Anointed it with fresh oil.
As my enemies gather against me, my gaze remains steady, and my ears listen and hear.
The righteous flourish like the date palm, thrive like a cedar in Lebanon. Planted in the house of Adonai, they flourish in our God's courtyards.
In old age they remain faithful, still fresh and bountiful, proclaiming, Adonai is upright, my rock in whom there is no flaw.
So where the red arrow is on page 28, we'll sing together in Hebrew. Tzaddik tamar yifra ke'eretz ba'anan yisted shetulim bebeit Adonai bechatzrot Eloheinu yavrifu onyenun b'seiva deshenim berananim yiyu lechagim ki yashar Adonai Suri velo alatavo. So we continue with Mourner's Kaddish on page 30. So if there's anybody who is in mourning or observing a yard site, if you want to share the name of the person that you're remembering, this is the moment for that. Is there anybody? You did. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Sorry. Do you want to stand and say Kaddish? Great. So we'll stand, and whoever wants to join in, please do. Yitkadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
V'yama dibra pirte v'yamlich malchute v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chaye d'chol beit Yisrael b'gala ubizman kariv v'imru amen.
Amen. Yehi Shnei Rab V'Rach Olam Orei Amayah.
Yitbarach, Yishtabach, Yitpa'ar, Yitroma, Yitnaseh, Yitadar, Yitaleh, Yitalal, Shmei, Kusha,
Brihu.
Le'ela, Min Kol Birchata, B'Shirata, Tush Bechata, B'Nechamata, Da'amiran, B'Alma, B'Imru,
Amen.
Yehei Shlama, Rabba, Min Shemaya, V'chaim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen.
Amen.
Oseh Shalom B'Romav Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel V'imru Amen.
Amen.
Thank you for sharing about your loss, Ellen. I'm really sorry to hear that. Oh. So we will continue in a moment with the call to prayer, the bar on page 39.
39A or
39A, in fact.
Great. That's
yes.
no, just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, what is? Oh,
39B is just a variant of.
Oh, yeah. Before we start, is there anybody who would like to volunteer to read in English after the Baruch, where it says the first bracha after the Shema, the coming of evening light? Ellen Soro, would you be willing in a moment after the Baruch to read that? You're on mute, but I think you're nodding your head. Okay, so Rabbi Jim will ask you to unmute, and then in a moment you could do that. That would be wonderful. Okay. So if you're able to rise to join me for the Baruch, that would be wonderful.
Yeah, she'll unmute herself.
And Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai Morach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed.
First bracha before the Shema, the coming of evening light. Baruch atah Adonai, our God, sovereign of time and space, whose word brings the evening dusk, whose wisdom opens the gates of dawn, whose understanding changes the day's division, whose will sets the
That's okay.
succession of seasons and arranges the stars in their places in the sky, who creates day and night, who rolls light before darkness and darkness from light, who makes day pass into night, who distinguishes day from night. Adonai Sebaot is your name. Living and ever-present God, may your rule be with us forever and ever. Baruch atah Adonai, who brings each evening's dusk.
Beautiful. Amen. Thank you. Umavir yom umehi laila, umavdil ben yom uben laila, Adonai tzevaot shemo, El chai v'kayam, תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, המעריב ערבים. Continue on page 40 with Ahavat Olam. Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Amcha Ahavta Torah u'mitzvot chukim mishpatim Otanu limadeta Alokei Adonai Eloheinu B'shokmeinu u'v'kumeinu Nasiach b'chukacha V'nizmach b'divrei toratecha U'v'mitzvotecha Le'olam va'ed Ki hem chayinu v'orech yameinu V'orech yameinu U'vahem neged yomam v'layla Yomam v'layla V'avatcha al tasir mimenu le'olamim Baruch ata Adonai
Shmo.
Ohev amo Yisrael.
Amen.
We'll continue with the Shema on page 41. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha Bechol levavecha uvechol nafshecha uvechol neotecha vehayu advarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavcha hayom al levavecha v'shinatam levanecha v'dibarta bam V'shivtecha b'veitecha u'mlechtecha b'derech u'shoftecha u'fumecha u'kshartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu letotavot bein einecha u'chtabta al mezuzot beitecha u'bisharecha. You'll have some time on your own to explore the words that come after the V'ahavta, and I will call us back together shortly.
Announcement.
Adonai Elohecha Echad. On page 44, please, if you're in a different spot, stay there. We'll meet up at some point. Malchuto beratzon kivu alehem. Moshe u'Miriam u'bnei Yisrael l'cha'anu shira b'simcha rabba v'yamru chulam mi chamocha
Va'elim Adonai, mi kamocha, Nadar b'kodesh, Norah tehilot, osei chelem. Malchutecha ra'u v'necha bokeh yam lifnei Moshe, Ze'eli anu v'amru, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. V'ne'emar, Yifazah Adonai et Yaakov, V'alo miyad chazak mimenu, Baruch ata Adonai,
Ushmo.
Ga'al Yisrael.
Amen.
Ashkivenu Adonai
Page 45.
Shalom, V'hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim, Rosalim sukkah shomecha, V'tzakandenu Ve'etza tova melefanecha, V'hoshilinu leman shemecha, V'hagen be'adenu, U'v'seil katvecha tasirenu, Ki el shomrenu u'motzilenu ata, Ki el melech chanu v'rachum ata, U'shmor seitenu u'loenu l'chaim u'l'shalom, Me'ata ve'ad olam. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, Baruch ata Adonai,
U'shmo.
Hapores sukat shalom aleinu, V'al kol amo Yisrael, V'al Yerushalayim.
Amen.
And if you're able to rise with me on page 46, we continue with the Shamru, and we will go from there to Chatzi Kaddish and then the Amidah.
V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורות ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות ברית עולם. ויהיו בני ישראל עוד כי לעולם, עוד כי לעולם, עוד כי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות ברית עולם.
Continue with the Chatzi Kaddish on the middle of page 46. Yitgadal v'yitgadash Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
V'yamad yirach yirtei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayedechon v'Yisrael v'agala v'zman karim v'meru.
Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah mevorach, le'olam le'olam yitzarach.
Yitzarach v'yishavach v'kar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. Yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shomei nekudesha Rifum. V'ela mikol berchata v'shirata Tishbachata v'nechamata Damiram yama v'meru.
Amen.
We continue with the Amidah. If you're able to stand, please do. Otherwise, of course, be seated. We will do the first part of the Amidah aloud together. And then we will have some time silently on our own to either view the words that are on the page, the words that are inside of us, or no words at all. Wherever you're at is the right place to be. Page 47. Adonai sefatai kitach ufi yagitei latecha Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may speak your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Masei Avot v'Imahot, U'mevi Goel B'nei B'neihem, L'man Shemo B'Ahava, Melech Ozer Ufokei Moshiach Magi, Baruch atah Adonai, Magi Avraham Ufokei Tzara, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayim Etim Atarav Le'oshia, Morim Asal, Mechankel Chaim B'chesed, Mechayim Etim B'raham, Somer Noflim B'rafeh Olim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Yishrei Afar, Mihamocha V'Yurot, Umito Melech, Melech Mimit Umechayem, Umatzliach Yeshua, Bena'aman Hatal HaChayot Eitim, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh Amen. Say shalom, Imrovavu Yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Oh, say shalom, Imrovavu Yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru amen. It's so sweet having the dogs here. It makes it feel like a living room instead of like
it's really a stiebel with the dogs.
Yeah, exactly. It's very sweet.
Especially
Rosie's face.
She understands something.
Oh, she definitely gets it.
She's very cute.
Oh, yes.
Um, Okay, so now is the point in our time together where we get to do some prayers for healing. And so think about if there are people in your life that whose names you would like to offer, who are in particular need for healing. I know sometimes for me, when it gets to this point, I just draw a blank and I can't remember anyone, which feels not helpful, but just take a moment and we'll start with the folks who are on Zoom. So Sandy and Ellen, if you want to unmute yourself and share, and Stuart, I don't know if you, I don't try, if you want to add anybody's name, I believe you just do *6 to unmute yourself. You can try that when you're on the phone. Oh, thank you, Louise. We're on page 173. Yes, and we're gonna do the one that's in the column on the side. I know it's a little bit small, but hopefully you'll be able to see it and or recognize it when we sing it. So Sandy, do you want to start with who you're thinking of?
Absolutely, the timing is fine. My nephew, Peter Stein, my daughter, Ellen Zuniga, Alvin Glazerman, Elaine Skolnick, and that'll be it for tonight.
Okay, thank you, Sandy. Ellen Soro, do you have anybody who you're thinking of?
Not someone, but all the women and children, girls imperiled by the Taliban.
Thank you, Ellen. So for those who are in the room here at 100 Center, I'll go this way. Louise, I see you have your list.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Liz, Michael Snyder, Howard, so when we did that, they wanted to go to the Taliban, we step this way.
Thank you, Louise. Anybody you're thinking of that needs prayer? No. Yes, go ahead.
Robert Connor, Stanley Guys.
And you'll see what's in the refrigerator for my supper. And
Ellen Kahn, do you have anyone? No. Jan, anybody?
William Burke and his 3 children.
Great, thank you, Jen. Kay, do you have anyone that you're thinking of that needs prayers for healing? No. Okay. Vivian? Thank you, Vivian. Anne?
Brother Charles Whitaker. Anyone will share.
Barbara? Anybody?
My nephew Charlie,
Shirley?
Sue Weinstein, Kim Davis, friend in Florida who live in
Anybody you're thinking of?
My brother Michael, my sister-in-law Debbie Goldberg, my sister Rose and her husband John, and my friend Maria.
Jim?
Tamar, Miriam, and Ari.
So we'll be on 173. Misha Beira Avotenu Mekor Haracha Lehimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misha Beira Imotenu Mekor Haracha Le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of the Spirit, and let us say, Amen. So we continue from here to the Aleinu, which if you're already going in this direction,
56.
say it again, Hetty.
56.
Oh, and that was you, Ann. Oh, right. Well, you can go backwards. Perfect. Page 56. Please rise if you're able. Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon ha'kol, לתת גדולה ליוצר ראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומושל קרוב בשמיים ממעל, ושכינת עוזו וגובהי מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, כך כתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבות אל לבביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים, בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד. Continue on the bottom of page 57. ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thanks so much for being here. If you want to stick around for another moment, we have grape juice to make Kiddush on and challah for folks if you want to stay. For those who are on Zoom, we're sending them to you virtually. And Eddie, do you want to do?
Yeah.
Yes, I can take your vote. How about a show of hands for grape juice? One, just one. Everybody else wants one.
I'll have grape juice.
One.
Thank you, I hope you feel better.
Thank you.
We should have mentioned you for.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it, Ellen.
We should have. I think, let's see. No. Okay. I was just taking 7 wines. No. Did you say you wanted
Grape juice for me, please. All right, good Shabbos, everybody.
Yes. Good Shabbos indeed. Shabbat Shalom.
We'll see Barbara.
I'm gonna go grab the finished up and I'll be right back.
There we go.
Nice. How are you doing, Rabbi?
I'm doing good, thank you. I've got a
You're
chipmunk.
doing well.
I got a chipmunk in this ear and I got a regular ear in this ear, and yeah, it could be worse.
Found the Kiddush.
It's gonna get, it'll get much better. Yeah, it's just a matter of time.
No, they don't need it. No.
Okay.
Shabbat Shalom.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, I got exercise. Like that.
Raquel, put your arms straight. Reach out, sit.
Okay, so I got that.
Okay, so anybody who wants to,
As much as you can.
anybody who wants to hear Kiddush, here it is.
Right.
All right, everybody.
Okay.
Good night.
Bye. Yeah, right.
Good night. See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
I think she needs a brushing.
You think so? L'chaim. Amen.
Why? Sure, I'm getting it.
Thank you.
Mikol ha'amim Shabbat Koshecha Yahava Uchratzon in Altanu Madesh HaShabbat. Amen. Okay. Anna Shevitz is really just something, isn't it?
I like looking at the line.
So is there some, Paula, would somebody like to make the blessing over the bread? Alex, want to do it? Great, hold on one second.
Rabbi, can't say it. I want to find out if she's going to join us tomorrow.
Who? Which person? Eddie? Rabbi Rachel?
Yes,
Rabbi Rachel will be with us tomorrow. Yeah.
okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. All right.
Go for you.
Thank you.
All right. Shabbos.
Does anybody want a whole roll?
No.
Yeah.
I don't want a
it.
whole.
No.
Eddie?
Can I get them to wrap this?
Can I share one?
Yeah. I don't want any, but,
Think she'll come home with me?
it's okay.
Oh, she loves